what you and I are doing right now, where I'm talking to you and you hear me and you're nodding your head, that's honest, and that's what it's supposed to feel like. And you're going to have to break through this wall probably, because it's sort of a habit, of giving me what you think it should be. Do you understand? And it can happen in a millisecond. I mean, it can be so fast that you don't even realize you're doing it. But there's a sense of presenting your work to me instead of reacting as if it's never happened. Do you understand what I mean by that? I just want you to think about what just happened, okay? I asked you a question. I said, do you understand what I mean by that? And you did this. You went, okay, so that moment of just sort of processing and thinking about what I said, right? That is what you're not doing in your sleep. You're reacting to your thoughts, and you're reacting to me as the coach. I'm not reacting as I'm talking to you now. I'm doing all of the talking. Here I am, I'm talking to you. I'm not reacting to my words. I'm reacting to what I want to tell you. I am trying to teach you. So I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm trying to teach you, and I am speaking to you based on thoughts I have that are inducing me to react to a thought, causing me to speak to you. And then maybe you cause me to speak. But it's not a sort of, I got to think about the words I'm saying and react about. Then I would look like a robot. Can you imagine if I was, think about what that would be like if I had to do that, like talk to Isaac like I am reacting to the words that I am saying. I'm consciously having to think about the dialogue that I'm talking to you now. Does that make sense? Does that give you some clarity? You're going to have to redefine what acting is. Acting is duplicating reality. Why? Why do you have to do that? Why can't you just get up there and perform for me? Huh?
It doesn't feel natural.
So what if it feels natural to you or not?
No, I meant to the audience.
Why do they need natural?
So they can relate to it.
Do you want the audience to connect to you? Do you want them to watch you and say, oh, that reminds me of when I was in high school. I knew a guy like that when I was in high school. A real human being. So if you want the audience to say that, you've got to behave as a person. And as far as I know, nobody on our planet behaves the way that you were behaving. As far as the mechanism of being a person, where you are presenting words to me and reacting to words. What you can do is react to me, and you can react to your thought of trying to communicate to the coach. Does that make sense? Are you sure?
So I was really focusing on trying to throw stuff away and really just talk as if I'm just talking, but it was more like I was talking to myself rather than talking to you.
Yeah. Is that what would happen?
Mm-hmm.
Then why are you doing that?
Because that's how I practice it with myself. But
So obviously it sounds to me like when you're practicing by yourself, when you do it for people or for me or for an audition, you may need to remind yourself that this has never happened. I need to remind myself that I got to keep it fresh as if it's never happened. It may very well be that when you were practicing it by yourself, you may have been doing the words and paying attention to how the words sounded as you were doing it. Were you?
yes.
You're going to have to refocus. And when you're thinking about your acting, when you're practicing this stuff at home, I don't want you to think about performing it. I don't want you to think about how it's sounding. What I want you to think about is, if that's the coach, all I'm doing is reacting to my imaginary coach. React. I want you to pay attention to receiving